Alabama is at the heart of U.S. voting rights as the site of the 1965 Selma to Montgomery March, where Americans watched in horror as state troopers brutalized John Lewis and other voting rights activists on the Edmund Pettus Bridge. That march led to the 1965 Voting Rights Act, which we are celebrating its 60th year this year. Today, protections from the Federal Voting Rights Act have either been eliminated or weakened by the Supreme Court. Alabama has a chance to right its wrongs and enact its own Voting Rights Act at the state level. The Alabama Voting Rights Act is critical because of Alabama's long history of racial discrimination in voting that continues today. In LDF's case, Allen v. Milligan, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Black Alabamian voters, concluding that Alabama had violated the Federal Voting Rights Act. Alabama's congressional map packed and cracked Black voters, diluting Black political power and preventing Black communities from electing their candidate of choice in every district except one. Even after the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Black Alabamians and forced the Alabama state legislature to draw a new map, the second map was still discriminatory. The Supreme Court's landmark ruling and Alabama's attempt to skirt the decision is proof that stronger protections are necessary. The Alabama Voting Rights Act, if enacted, will strengthen democracy in the state. It has the power to prohibit unfair voting rights districts like the Supreme Court did in Milligan, create a state-level pre-clearance program, expand voting access across the state, and create transparency in our elections. State-level voting rights acts have become popular ever since the Federal Voting Rights Act was weakened and put voters at risk of discrimination. States like New York, Minnesota, and my home state of Connecticut have all passed state-level voting rights acts that allow voters to freely and fully participate in our democracy. Has your state protected voters yet? Learn more about our advocacy for state-level voting rights acts, including the Alabama Voting Rights Act, by visiting LDF's website.